Let's begin seated and just let your eyes close. Take a couple of breaths to ground yourself and your body. If you want to shrug your shoulders and just kind of sense what's going on there, you can. And then as you're ready to, you can open your eyes, place your hands on the tops of your shoulders, and we're just going to take a couple of rotations here in one direction, moving those elbows out and around, and then go the opposite way, warming up the shoulder joint a little bit, just feeling it out in your body. And from there, come onto your hands and knees. Make your way into a table position. And we're going to just start off by kind of finding neutral, we're center. And then extending the left leg out, reach the left foot behind the right with the foot turned out, sweep your left arm in a big arcing circle all the way up, out, and around. We're just going to do that 3 times or so. Big movement here just to get your whole shoulder girdle working. And then place the hand and foot back down. Taking it right away on the opposite side, same thing. This modified side plank position just to begin to move in that shoulder in big circles. And then you can bring that side down as well. Tuck the toes under, lift into downward facing dog. And in your down dog, you can take your left hand and just place it on your lower back for a moment. Encourage your heels to relax towards the floor. And then place that one down and switch over right away, bringing your right hand on your lower back. And placing it back down. Inhale, take your left leg up into the air, heel to the sky, then rotate the foot open, keeping that right leg nice and straight. And exhale, place the foot back down. Right leg lifts up, heel to the sky, external rotation. And again, placing it all the way back down. Gives you a good sense of just how your hamstrings and inner thighs are feeling. From there, you can lower your knees, bring them back down. Come back into your table position. From that table position, send your left leg out. Again, place it behind your right foot. Draw that right arm up in a big circle up and around. You can do 2 or 3 of these circles again. And then as you're ready to, you can breathe in, bring the arm alongside the ear, hold it there, and lift your extended leg up and lower it down a few times. So just finding that balance here, and then using the outer hip and the waist to help lift and lower. And again, lift up and down. Nice. You can lift it up, take a little hold, and then maybe pulsing just a little movement here up and down in the extension. Feeling the connection. Bring your hand all the way back and slowly lower your hand and eventually bring the knee down and come back into table. And coming to that on the second side, extending your right leg behind the left. Circle your right arm all the way forward, up, down, and around, and bringing it all the way up and around. Again, just a couple of times. And maybe after those 3 or so circles, you can bring your right arm alongside the right ear. And we're going to lift and lower that extended right leg. So to the best of your ability, just stabilizing with your left shoulder, with your side waist, and pick up the foot and lower it down. And eventually finding that stability, maybe there's enough balance there to hold the leg up, and then we'll just take those little pulses. You can also just hold steady if that feels like just too much movement for right now. One more breath, inhale. As you exhale, release the hand down, and then finally that right knee can come next to your left. From there, tuck your toes under. Let's lift into downward facing dog. When you're ready, lift the right leg and just step forward. If you have a block, you can bring it out in front of your right foot, coming into an extended side angle position with the arm alongside the ear. We're going to transition up into Ardha Chandrasana, into our half moon, keeping the leg really strong. And then maybe once you're up there, sweep the arm down to the floor and back up alongside the ear or even up to the sky. Take a little pause, a breath here, and then transition as slowly as possible back down, releasing your hands to the floor and stepping into downward facing dog. Breathe in and lift up through the left leg. Same thing on this left side. As you turn your right heel down, place the block out in front, sweep the arm alongside your ear for your side angle. Make as smooth of a transition up into your half moon as you can, and then rotate that arm all the way forward and down and back alongside the ear. Take a little pause here and transition back into your lunge and all the way to downward facing dog. Breathe in here, bring your weight forward into plank, and from there you can just press it back into down dog or flow it out if you prefer. We'll walk to the top of the mat. Breathe in, lengthen the spine up halfway. Exhale and release. And then inhale and bring it all the way upright. And as you exhale, you can just bring your palms together at your heart. We're going to take a little shift here to the wall. And if you have your block, bring it with you. We'll start off facing sideways, fairly close to the wall, but not right on top of it. Placing yourself in position here to come into a half forward bend. So breathe the arms up alongside the ears. And then as you exhale, you're going to forward bend, bringing your hand closest to the wall on your block. From here, the external leg, the outside leg, is going to lift up and externally rotate, moving into Ardha Chandrasana using the wall. What's really nice is there can be a little bit of space between you and the wall, and then you can circle the arm but hold the heel back against the wall to give yourself a little bit of supported opening. We don't normally cross the leg back like this, but it's a nice opportunity to almost back bend in the pose. And then you can hold it and maybe even reach the back of your head towards the wall. Let the back of your hand touch and just really feel that opening through the chest, the ribs, and even in the back a little bit. So just a different take on your half moon. When you're ready to come down, bring your hand down and release the foot after. And then we're going to stay facing the same way, switch hands so the block is now underneath your outside leg, and then slowly begin to open up towards the wall. So this is a little different, but we can use our fingertips against the wall and tuck our toes against the wall and then have this kind of resistance to play with. I find this to be kind of an interesting and new approach to the pose. So pushing against the wall to press your chest open here and feeling that out. You could even test out your balance if you want to remove your hand and bring it alongside your ear there. Your foot still anchors you. And then again, we're just going to bring this back down. And you can roll on up, shrug your shoulders, and turn to face the opposite way. Place your block out in front of your foot that is closest to the wall. Make sure there's a little bit of space so that you're not right on top of it, and then come into that forward bend. Bringing your inside hand on the block, and then allowing that outside leg to begin to lift up and come into that half moon. Sweep your outside arm up alongside your ear, and then slowly begin to open the chest, the ribs, and circle the arm all the way down and around. I like to let my heel come back onto the wall, even though the hips aren't necessarily touching in this variation. Or you can be close enough to the wall where your hips and shoulders can touch. Once you're there, you might try to rest your hand, the back of the hand, the back of the head, whatever wants to touch the wall here, and experience what sort of opening that brings. Enjoy the feeling. Let it be new in your body. Let it be interesting in your body. You can take a breath in and out. You might even try to balance by bringing the hand or the foot off first, and then just release into your standing forward bend. Switch the block over to outside foot, and then lifting the inside leg up, external rotation of that inside leg, and bringing the arms, sweeping it forward and then up to the wall. You want to press a little bit with your fingertips into the wall, almost like you're trying to push your shoulder, your chest away from it. And then just feel like you're a little bit anchored there with your toes tucked under on the wall to give you some stability. Feel free to rotate your gaze upwards And just experiment with this. So everything that we do that's different gives us different information. Reaching up off of the wall, inhale your arm alongside your ear, balancing there for a moment, and then sweeping this all the way back down and releasing the leg. Take a moment in a standing forward bend. Let your head hang heavy here, releasing all of that. And just letting it kind of be in your body for a moment. Deepen the inhale, the exhale. Soften your knees. When you're ready, just roll yourself all the way up. You can take a little moment just to pause and to feel. Thank yourself for this mini practice, this little time to explore in your body.